What's it to you? It's a remarkable new polyester film called Mylar. In the manufacture of Mylar, the arrangement of molecules is changed from a helter-skelter pattern, such as this, to a more orderly arrangement in which the long, strong chains are firmly fitted together. Here, we've replaced the canvas net with a sheet of Mylar, only 1/10 the thick, and it's as strong as ever. What about its resistance to tearing? We can see for ourselves. In the automobile industry, Mylar may give us rich new designs in places never before practical.
Hi, Frank Brewer here, demonstrating Mylar bags for long-term food storage and other storage. Mylar membrane is non-transparent. It does not allow oxygen to move through it. It seals it 100%, does not allow light to go through it. Those are the two main things that destroy food. First of all, we're going to need a few things. If you have one of these handy-dandy little heat sealers, they're nice, but if not, if you don't have one, then you need just your standard level, because it has raised edges, tracks on it, or even flat track will work just fine, and your standard clothes iron. Mylar will seal using heat, and low temperature heat at that. Okay, first of all, you want to know how much food you're putting in each bag. So I recommend getting a food scale. It's one that you can calibrate, and a large containers like such that we can set on here, and then we'll zero it down. Get her down to 0. And depending on your size of your family or your household is how large, and your unit, what you're making, is how large you make your thing. Now, before, when I first got into it, I was just sealing large amounts, and the problem with that is, when you go to use it, you have to open your Mylar. So today we're going to be breaking down some of my larger units that didn't seal correctly. I didn't get enough heat to them, or a piece of grain got caught up in the seal. We're going to go ahead and break them down into smaller sections. Right now, let's go ahead and do a 3-pound bag of beans. So we have our scale set. We have our beans. We have our scissors. We're going to go ahead and open this Mylar up. It didn't seal properly, or I was having problems with my vacuum sealer towards the end. I was doing flours and sugars, and it clogged. That's 1 pound. 2 pounds. 3 pounds of beans. This is 3 pounds of pinto beans. Now, you take your Mylar bag, and we're going to go ahead and pour our pinto beans in our Mylar. I find it a little more helpful if you start out, hold the bottom against the thing, you don't make a big mess. Okay. Now, you can see how large of a pack we are. So we're going to go ahead and cut some of this excess off. We just don't need it. Now we're going to save it because you can seal all sorts of stuff. You can seal silverware in it, anything. Now we come to our food saver. This is just your basic run-of-the-mill Walmart special. I think I paid like, $25 for it. It's been well worked. I've used it. Clip that side, clip this side. Now we're going to evacuate all the air. Help it along. You'll see it actually form to the pinto beans. Once you got all the air out, then you're going to go ahead and seal it with a preheat bar, sealer bar on your food. And that vacuum seals it and puts a good seal on it, but not quite good enough. So that's why we're going to go ahead and plug in our little iron. I have 3 pounds pinto beans. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get her sealed up. Now, like I stated, if you have one of these handy little sealers, they work nice. You just squeeze it, let the temperature get up, and then you just slide it across like so. And put some tight little bead on it. I'm not really too happy with it. The best work, though, that I find is nothing more than your standard level and your standard household iron. It works the best. Now, we run our iron across our Mylar bag. And what that does is it literally puts a large seal all the way across the top of that bag, and you don't ever have to worry about it. There's 3 pounds pinto beans. Okay. Now, I'm going to be, this is milk. For powder milk, we're going to use paper bags. Just your standard lunch bags that you get at Walmart. Put it in our little container. Zeros back out. And start adding your milk. See, milk has that powdery dust. Okay, now that we got our milk, there's our milk. Milk has a powdery dust that can clog your vacuum port on your machine. That's why we're putting it in a paper bag. There's our milk. Go ahead and move our scale. We get our Mylar bag. I buy these in bulk for $250 for like $80. Okay, there's our milk. We're going to bring our food saver down. We're going to put our Mylar underneath the vacuum. Make sure we got a nice flat edge surface so we can get a good seal on it. And we start evacuating the air. Sometimes if you got too much air, Mylar, it won't vacuum good. So just try to seal itself. So let's go ahead and see what's going on there. Let's go ahead and take about 1 inch off. There's 1 inch off our Mylar bag. And let's see if that improves our sealing capability. Much better. You just work all the air out. You'll hear the machine start really bogging down. You know that you got good vacuum. And we go ahead and seal. And right there is our powdered milk. Vacuum sealed down. We're going to go ahead and put it on our track above our food sealer seal and go ahead and give it another seal. And that's all it takes. And you have a good tight seal from one end to the other. Don't have to worry about air getting in there. And that's a vacuum sealed powdered milk. Alright. Next, what we'll be having is our bacon mix. Some old bacon mix my mom had around. We're going to go ahead and preserve this. I recommend opening the box as such. Taking your scissors as such. Cutting a slit in that plastic bag to allow the air to escape. And sealing your box back off. Do this the same with your other boxes. Open it up. Take your scissors, just a small slit in the top of the box. Some people say put it in the bottom. I recommend not. Keep it in the top because then you don't spill it. Take your food that you're going to be sealing and put it in your Mylar bag as such. As such. Bring our food saver down. Lock it down. you'll see the corners start to fold out. Get real tight. Press the boxes flat. Help the vacuum pull it down. Once you got a good seal, go ahead and apply the heat. And there's vacuum sealed bacon mix. Alright, remember to pull your level out. Put your secondary seal on it, your wide seal, as I call it. Like that. And now we just vacuum sealed for long term. This should last about 25 years. That's more pinto beans. I believe this is more milk. Yes, it is. It's more powdered milk. Now I'm going to pour this in the bag so you can see the powder. Try to see the powder. We will need 1 lunch bag for any dusty material to try to keep our food saver from getting plugged up. I like putting it into a container like that to hold it open as I pour it in. Go ahead and start pouring it in. Now you see that dust that's coming out? That'll clog your vacuum sealer. Okay. Take the bag out. Pull it tight. And just fold it down as such. Grab a Mylar bag. Pull it tight. Get our vacuum sealer. Takes a little bit longer because you got more air cavities to get it truly back all the air out. Hit it. Lights off. Good and sealed. And we pull our secondary seal out. Just going to run it across the top. And powdered milk. Sealed for 25 years. Roman noodles, macaroni and cheese. You know, you can do them right in a box. Just make sure if it's got a plastic bag, you poke a hole in the plastic bag to allow for proper draining. You can make, see right here, we have a little section off. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and seal the bottom. With a little track here. And as you can see, we've now sealed it. And you see that this little scrap here, say we're going camping and we want to bring some plastic silverware, but we buy it by bulk, we can put it in here as such. And being a non-perishable, we can just go ahead and seal it with our traditional little heat gun right here. And right there is sealed silverware out of the scrap Mylar. But you can do toothpaste, any product that's non-perishable. Powdered sugar, my rice, air sealed. Here's some pinto beans, some more pinto beans. That one I got a little better than that one. More rice, always label them. No air, 0 air in there. And that was a couple months ago. You can see it's still tight. 131. Let's see. Flour. Pack flour away. Just poke holes in it to allow the air to get out. Try to seal it so that your vacuum sealer don't suck up the stuff. So I'll leave it in its original packages and stuff like that. And you can see here, I have oatmeal. I put it back into the container. I vacuum seal it. As you can see here, it's vacuum sealed. And I shape it while I'm vacuuming it down. And partly into the container here, like this. And vacuum seal it and get it in shape. Where to go back in. And I put it back in the container and that protects it. Keeps even more light off of it and rodents and stuff. And you know what to do. Same with romaine noodles, as you can see here. You can see here I have a pack of romaine noodles, vacuum sealed.
I had 10 years for vengeance, and that's what I wanted.
You know it's pretty much vacuum sealed when the sides fold around it.
I could have slaughtered you or your family anytime I wanted, Nick.
Here we have some yellow cornmeal. Cornmeal is great to store. You make a lot of stuff out of it. Great. I have a little bit put away. I like my cornbread. Same principle. We don't have to worry so much because, like you can see, but you do want to add with just a few air hose. And trust me, it's going to be so packed, vacuum sealed, that it's not going to spill out, and you're going to put it in the container anyway when it's ready. Bring it up just like that. Kind of elevate it, make it a little easier to get a cleaner seal. Vacuum sealed cornmeal. Go ahead and hit her with a new bead. Make sure she stays tight. Let's vacuum seal cornmeal. Here we got raisins.
Can someone explain this to me?
Here's the same thing. Suck it, make the air out.